What's up guys, my name is Evan, welcome back to another video, and it's obviously no secret that I love Nintendo and the games that they develop. However, that isn't to say I haven't paid any attention to other developers. Today there is one developer in specific I'd like to talk about in their game series that means quite a bit to me. That'd be Fifth Cell and their game series Drawn to Life. Fifth Cell was founded in 2003 by three fine gents and went on to create numerous games. They started out developing licensed games but branched out into creating their own game series and had a few successes. Fifth Cell is most well known for their Scribblenauts games. They of course made some other great games and series, and of course I'll be focusing on their Drawn to Life series. Now before we get any further, I'm about to pour my heart into this video, so if you haven't played the Drawn to Life games or know the plot, leave now. You can get the games for very cheap off eBay or at GameStop. Alright. Let's continue. Drawn to Life was released on September 10th, 2007 for the Nintendo DS. The concept of the game is you are the god or creator, as the game puts it, of this world of creatures known as Raposa. Everything that exists was drawn by you, the creator, and is kept in the Book of Life. Now this is interesting enough as is, but it's even cooler when you actually draw assets into the game. You're in charge of the platforms, the weapons, the hero, the moon, the sun, the world itself. It's really amazing to be able to see your art displayed throughout the world. But with all power, somebody, or some Rapo in this case, will seek to gain it. Many years ago, there was a Raposa named Wilfrey. Wilfrey had his sights on the Book of Life. He wanted to bring his creations to life, but failed to do so properly, and thus his creations became filled with darkness. The darkness overtook Wilfrey, and he cast the Book of Life into a canyon, scattering the pages around the world just before he left the town. Without the Book of Life, the town slowly degraded, and many Raposa left in search of more fitting places to live. Faith in the creator was gone, except for one Raposa, Mary, who still believed. And this is where you come in. Wilfrey is on his way back, and it's up to you to design a hero and fill it with your life to help the Raposa. This hero must search around the world for the lost Raposa, and more importantly, the scattered pages of the Book of Life to bring the town back to its former glory. The gameplay is a combination of action, adventure, platformer, and collectathon. The level designs are simple enough, and the worlds are charming and filled with some of the best and most upbeat music in all of gaming. No joke. Of course, some sacrifices must be made, and sadly, before defeating Wilfrey, the mayor loses his life. It's a bittersweet ending as the town is restored, and Mary, the daughter of the mayor, is appointed as the new town leader. And thus, a sequel is set up, a next chapter if you would. Drawn to Life: The Next Chapter is the sequel to Drawn to Life, released both on the Nintendo DS and Wii. The two versions are completely different and follow different plots. The DS version is far superior version, and I'll be talking about that lastly. I want to quickly brush over the Wii version first. The Wii version of The Next Chapter follows the Raposa and the hero made by the creator as they try to save their village once again. The Raposa think Wilfrey is back and responsible for what's going on, but find out soon that Wilfrey really did die in the first game, and rather in a turn of events find out that Mary's assistant Cersei was Wilfrey's wife and tried to bring him back via the use of Creation Ink, but failed miserably. This is my least favorite version of The Next Chapter. Not that this game is terrible, but the plot is kind of weak, and the main gimmick besides, drawing the world, is that throughout the majority of the game you will be drawing different platforms for you to jump on in real time. And while that may sound cool on paper, it's not very fun in practice. Again, this version isn't terrible, and if you find it at a good price, definitely pick it up. I just wanted to get this one out of the way before talking about the absolute best Drawn to Life game. Drawn to Life: The Next Chapter for the Nintendo DS. So, The Next Chapter is also a direct sequel to Drawn to Life and follows the Raposa and yet another hero supplied by the creator in their quest to defeat Wilfrey once more. This time Wilfrey is hell-bent on draining all the color from their world, so the Raposa must leave their village and venture out to find their friend Heather, who's been captured by Wilfrey, and a way to defeat Wilfrey before they themselves get erased and he fulfills his unknown agenda. Led by Mary and your hero, the group of travelers go from town to town and learn more and more about Wilfrey and the havoc he's caused. At one point, Mary is separated from the group and is approached by Wilfrey, who informs her about something which causes her to make a deal with him. The rest of the group becomes suspicious, but Mary must do what's best for everyone. They just don't understand yet. The group makes their way to Wilfrey's wasteland and at last confront him. Surprisingly, the hero supplied by the creator is unable to defeat Wilfrey as it was before. Wilfrey begins draining all the color from the hero. All seems lost until everyone you have helped throughout the journey begins to pray for you. The hero is then revived and is able to defeat Wilfrey, saving Heather and the world. Right? Heather is safe from her dark side, the color has been restored, but Wilfrey did not have ill intentions. He actually just wanted to protect this world. He was preventing the destruction of the world that he and the Raposa inherit. This is what he told Mary. Mary, as the town's mayor, has to protect her people, but also do the right thing. She informs the town of what happened and they all agree. Everyone gathers around the eternal flame, and with that, everything vanishes. Everything except for one character. Mike, a staple in the Drawn to Life games known for being strangely human. He remains. The credits roll, during which pictures appear depicting that night. We see a family leaving a carnival. They get into the car. Headlights can be seen in the windshield. The family gets into a car accident. The parents die. The two kids, Heather and Mike, make it out alive. Heather loses half of her face. Mike is in a coma. He finally wakes up, and with that, his dream ends. Whoa, we got a little dark there for a minute. So, some people despise this ending while others love it. I love it, but maybe I'm blind to nostalgia. Some people think it's too dark, uninspired, or blatantly saying that there won't be a third game, and while these are valid arguments, I still can't be mad at the ending. I can be mad at one thing, however. In a dual pack with both DS Drawn to Life games, the ending in the next chapter was altered to a much more tame ending that makes no sense whatsoever. In short, instead of the family getting into a car accident, Mike falls out of a tree. I get the original ending was pretty dark, especially for a kid's game, but this change makes no sense plot-wise. Mike was in a coma. He wasn't even knocked out when falling out of the tree, so how did the Reposes world even exist? I get they did have to tame down the ending, but still. I remember this ending didn't really hit me that hard as a kid. I was more moved at the Reposa and their sacrifice for Mike. This was the first game that I ever played that had a really big story and a really moving story too, so it was pretty intense. However, when I rediscovered this series when I was older, everything just kind of came together and it all made sense, and it was just a huge rush of emotions. The music, the characters, the story, all of it comes together so damn well to make one of the best games on the DS. No, one of the best games ever. Sure, the game may be a bit outdated now, but its impact and great plot can still hold its own. Fifth Cell did an absolutely amazing job with this game, and I think it's obvious by now how much I love this series, and specifically the next chapter, DS. This series means so much to me, and if you've made it through this video and still haven't played the games, please, I implore you to check them out.